the great Corvallis Massacre of 2002. I brought the chicken suit up here after the race for the first year, right? And on the second or third day or something or other, they have concerts going on. You know, this is a huge festival, right?
Yeah, we went over
we were told about all
we were
the
over by
kinds of
the
music
campus.
and shit.
Well, they had this big stage and bands were playing, and right next to it, which was like the backstage area, they had a dinner for us and a couple kegs of beer. So
Bombs Away when they put that on, right? I was reading something about it. Okay.
They had beer. I remember that.
Free beer, free people.
So, of course, we eat a bunch of food and we kill off these 2 cakes. And by this time, I would say a full 60% of the Connecticut people had gone onward, probably here. And we're out of beer. So, you know, I put the suit back on, right? And I'm thinking, oh, look at all these people are scattered over the grass, you know, a couple hundred people. And I said, oh, I'll go put my suit on, go out in the crowd a little bit, ham it up, work my way over to the beer garden. So I step out, and immediately upon stepping out, the crowd's just like, whoa. I pull the, you know, some of them, they hadn't seen me. This is the first time they'd seen me. And all of a sudden, like, people, little kids, 2 and 3 years old, were coming up to me very timidly, and I would, like, bless them, the chicken blessing. And I, you know, sometimes I kiss their little foreheads and stuff, and I, you know, yes, my child. I was so hammered, dude. So, and it was cool, and it was like parents were bringing their children to me, man, one after the other. I felt like Jesus, right, you know, suffer the young children to come unto me. So, and then this one girl came, and she was probably like 12 or 13, man, and she, like, I said hey to her, and then, like, she was, as I was blessing the children, she started, like, jumping on my back. And she was a heavy little girl, man. She wasn't no slim, you know. They went to McDonald's a lot, that family. And I was like, you know, hey, stop, you know, don't, oh, watch the costume, man, no, be careful. I was all hammered, you know, it's all good, having a great time, I felt like Jesus. And she wouldn't stop, man, so I threw her an elbow, you know, real quick. And that just made her more crazy, dude. And so I'm like, well, you know, the beer garden's over there, I'll just run out here, and then gotta work my way over to the beer garden. That was my mistake.
Her family was over
scattered across this huge field of people sitting on the grass. You could see the kids, 10, 11, 12, 13. Their heads went like this as they saw me running. And the girl who I'd thrown the elbow at was running behind me, you know, and I was like juking her, doing my Jerry Rice move and stuff, and she was all, oh, I'm an ugly girl. And then I looked back over my shoulder, and there was 5 kids chasing me.
Oh, shit.
And I was like, oh, you know, okay, they're little brats, you know, little monsters. I can outrun them. Put on a little speed, jumping over people and stuff. Look back over my shoulder. There's 20 kids chasing me.
Oh, shit.
Oh, man.
So I started cutting to the beer garden, you know, juking and running fast. Look back over my shoulder, and there's 40 kids chasing me. I couldn't see them. I could see their little freaking heads bobbing.
Oh, man.
So I just made a beeline for the beer garden. But they were like wolves, dude. They kept turning me. Every time I'd point to the beer garden, a new pack would appear over here, and I'd have to turn. They ran me in a giant circle. And finally, I was so hammered, I just run for a full sprint for like a minute, you know, which is a lot. I finally collapsed, and they piled on me.
Oh,
you know how big that suit is.
Yeah.
You couldn't see a stitch of purple. That's how big the pile was. It was this high. But right in the beginning, you know, they were just jumping on me. They pinned my wings down, and I couldn't get out. It was frozen solid. And like some kid did a wrestling move and came down on my lower back. That's when I blacked out.
Elbow drop.
And then I hear all these voices, screaming kids, and I hear this mom, get off the chicken, man! She's peeling them off, you know? And they're running around in a circle, and they're jumping back on. Whoa! It took her like 7 minutes.
It's funny, after that, you were ready to kiss her or bless her, weren't you?
Dude, she finally got them all off me, man. I was like, oh,
Bury me.
where's the beer? I didn't want to turn my back, you know. Backed my way over to the beer garden is about 20 paces, and I turned and ran and dove over the fence. 21 and over! Little bastards.